Well, hello, and welcome to I Love Gay today. And this week is International Transgender Awareness Week. And we are in London and we are with our special guest, Saskhia Menendez. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Matt. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm so glad you had made outreach because I've seen some of the work you've done, especially in the world of music and so forth. And you and I were connected online, and but this is fantastic to be able to chat with you, so you can kind of tell some of your story to the rest of the world as well.
Thank you so much for having me, and it's such a pleasure to be here today. And I really appreciate everything you're doing to support the trans community and raise this important issue that I'm trying to raise. So thank you for allowing me to do that.
Yeah, well, no, thank you. And yeah, tell us a little bit about not only kind of what you do, but also especially this, like I was saying, this is a very important week. And I know that some of the things, especially even that are going on in your country, are very near and dear to your heart.
Yes, they are. Thank you for asking me. I'm an equality and diversity ambassador, a researcher, a social change activist. I'm also an artist, and I'm in the process of bringing out some new music. I have my own podcast, Music Industry Insights Worldwide, where I have people come on my show as well and talk from different underrepresented and disadvantaged communities across the world of music, whether that be professionals or artists themselves, to come and talk about some of the issues and barriers that they faced accessing the music industry and how we can better support them as well. I'm also doing a PhD around this topic of trans inclusion in the music industry,
Wow.
because at the moment we just don't have the visibility and the representation that we require. And we also need the right infrastructure in place and the right media outlets to support us too. So there's a lot going on in the background as well.
Yeah, but you've been able to, through your world in music, really been able to kind of bring some of these to the forefront as well. I noticed there was something you were tied in with the Women in Music Awards, I believe, as well.
That's right. Yes, I've just won a Roll of Honour with the Music Week Women in Music Awards. I'm extremely proud to win that award. It means so much to me and to my community to be visible, to be seen, to be respected, especially from an industry like the music industry. It's not an easy one to crack, and it's taken a long time to get here. But it's also about bringing out music, telling an authentic story, but having this positive representation of what it's like to be us, you know?
Yeah. But you're also a parent, and I noticed that you were associated with the Mother's Right Project, and that looked exciting.
Thank you. Yes. Basically, I'm a parent to two children. They're 23 and 18, so they're not so little anymore, believe it or not. I'm not that old, but I did start young, so apologies. But yeah, they keep me on my toes. And in fact, it's really nice to have children that are quite close to my age as well, because it feels like we have a lot more in common, and they're very supportive. They're very open-minded and understanding, which is great.
Yeah.
Their mum's, she's lesbian, and I'm also like obviously trans, but we're multiracial. And my oldest son has also just had his son, his first son. So I'm also a grandparent, believe it or not.
Wow. But with that project, what I saw some really good posts on that. What was that? What was that about?
Basically, that was about we were writing songs together. I was on a songwriting camp
Okay.
with the Polaris music, and it's just literally supporting other women in music, making sure that we collaborate and that we're sharing a story and talking about some of the important topics that are barriers to entry. Again, like childcare, and unequal pay gap. You know, there's just like so many different things that are in play and come into play when you're female in the music industry. Even
Yeah.
the representation is not great for women. I think it's something like 20% are female artists, only 12% are songwriters, and just 3% are producers. So those
Wow.
numbers are not very big.
Oh, but the one thing I was thinking of is that you're fantastic at getting the story out there, and I would just say through social media, you're very good. But in addition, you kind of take it to that next step. You have the podcast as well.
Yes, I think it's about also understanding the lack of opportunities out there. And I think it got to a point where I was in the music industry and I thought I would like to make my own opportunities.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm providing a platform for other underrepresented groups. And it means that they're allowed to share their story. And it also builds allyship and learning. So we're all learning from each other. And I think, you know, having that information sharing, that fact sharing is crucial to supporting others. And it's not all about me. I don't want it to be just about me. I want it to be about community. I want it to be about love. I want it to be about respect. And I want it to be positive.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is exciting. Now that we're so close to 2024, anything exciting on the horizon you want to tell us
Oh
about?
yeah, I'm going to be releasing some new music next year in 2024. So my first performance will be in May in Birmingham, and that's part of a gender equality hub that we're doing. But we're going to do it around social justice as well to ensure that we are seen, we're heard, and that we're respected. There's been a lot of kind of politicization around being trans here in London. In the UK, actually, this past couple of years, we've really dropped down the rights index in human rights, and a lot of other things have been rolled back. So it's been quite challenging times here in the UK for being trans, and it's got a little bit harder, I must say, rather than easier. You would have thought it would have got a little bit easier, but there's been a lot more struggles lately.
Yeah. I think this is great. And I really appreciate the fact that you were able to take a few moments of your time and kind of share a bit of your story with our audience here.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I just want to thank everybody for showing me love and support, and and like yourself, just for having me on the show, giving me a platform, allowing me to share my story and hopefully empower, inspire, and just, help other people too, because I think it's really about that and build a sense of belonging for the trans community.
Well, thanks so much. And it's great to meet you here.
Thank you. Take care.